In the figure above, lines M and N are parallel. Segments AE and BD intersect at point C. What is the difference in lengths of segments AE and BD? So AE and BD intersect at point C, that's right over here. All right, and then it's asking us what is the difference in lengths of the segments AE. So AE is going to be this diagonal segment here, and DB or BD is going to be this diagonal over here. So we want to know the difference between the two. So we want to do AE minus BD. This is the quantity that we are looking for. And in order to do that, we have to figure out the lengths of segment BC and AC. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind here. These are vertical angles right here. So these two angles are going to be congruent. So these two are going to be the same angle. Additionally, it tells us that these two lines are parallel. So this line right here is parallel to this line. That means we have a transverse essentially. So because these two lines are parallel, lines M and N, we can easily say that these two angles are alternate interior angles, B and D. These are alternate interior angles, so they must be the same. And we also know that these right here are alternate interior angles. So they must also be the same right over here. That means these are similar triangles. So these two triangles are similar. And that means that the angles are the same. The lengths of the segments are proportional. And we have a hint over here that they've given us. This 4 right here and this 10. These are the proportions that we have. So we know that 4 over 10 is the proportion of the lengths of the segments. So if this 4 is proportional to this 10, that means this 2 over here must be proportional to segment BC. So this is the same as 2 over segment BC. And it also tells us that this 5 over here is proportional to segment AC. So 5 is proportional to segment AC, like that. So some of these are easier to solve, some of these are not. So let's start with the first one. Let's start with segment BC. So 4 over 10 is equal to 2 over segment BC. And we can cross multiply. So 4 times segment BC is equal to 10 times 2. So 4 times BC is equal to 20. Divide both sides by 4, you'll get BC is equal to 5. So the length of this segment right over here is equal to 5. That's this segment BC. And we do the exact same thing with segment AC. So we know that 4 over 10 must equal 5 over segment AC. And that also tells us that we can cross multiply. So that means 4 times AC is equal to 10 times 5, like that. And that means 4 times AC is equal to 50. And that means AC, segment AC, is equal to 50 divided by 4, which is going to be equal to 4 times 12 is 48, and so it's going to be 12.5. So this length of this segment right over here is 12.5. And then it's asking us, what is the difference in lengths of the segments AE and BD? So AE, we know that AE, let's do that over here, AE must be equal to AC plus CE because they are on the same line. And we also know that BD must be equal to BC plus CD. Like that, so let's go ahead and put that in. AE is going to be equal to 12.5 plus CE, which is 5. And BD is going to be equal to BC, which is 5, plus CD, which is 2. And that's going to be equal to 12.5 plus 5 is 17.5. And 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. The quantity we're looking for is AE minus BD. And that way we can just plug in our numbers. So it's going to be 17.5 minus 7, which gives us an answer of 10.5. This is going to be our answer, 10.5. You could also write this as a fraction. So if you left everything in fractional form, this would be 21 over 2. So if you're entering your question into the bubble answer, it should be 1, 0.5 or 2, 1/2. Either one of these would be okay to enter as your answer.